Money, cash, oh, 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 money, cash, oh.
Oh, what's up? Did I have this running the whole time? What's going on? That's what's going on, peeps. Let me lower that music for you. So, hopefully you can hear me over this music. We've been jamming out all day. You know, it would be great if you guys could sit and watch how we trade during the day to see what we're doing, to really get a grasp of what we like and what we don't like and how we're trading our accounts. Oh, wait a minute. That's what we do. Oh, you idiot. Oh, man. What was I just saying? Oh, I don't know. Well, I warned you that when the NASDAQ wears off, all you do is you wake up with a bloody nose, confused about what you were just talking about. You don't really recollect anything, but apparently you've made 3 new friends that you don't want to be friends with, and you're just trying to escape at any means necessary. The NASDAQ is worn off, finally, and your drug dealer's nowhere to be found. This is what happens. The drug dealer being America, and the government and the Fed pumping the market up artificially since the bottom of March of 09. Now, hey, look, I've been this big advocate for this bull market controlled by the government, and if you don't know by now, most of my videos, I've made most of my money on the way down, and once again, doing it again. Now, what makes me different? What makes me different than, some of the doomsday guys out there? I don't have the impersonation. Well, I think this is a buying opportunity, even though I've been bearish for 5 years as the market's gone up. I now think it's a great buying opportunity. Anyway, I don't have the impersonation, but if you know who I'm talking about. Nothing like a bear turning bullish to really solidify when to be maybe getting out of your positions. Now, again, are we still going to Dow 20,000? You betcha. Are we still going? The Qs are still going to 143 in the next 3 years? You betcha. This is just a sell-off. What happened? The Qs are down a whopping 5 points, which I said 84.05, 84.05. The taper reaction lows from December need to be tested. We had 84.07 today, so we covered some of those Qs. We're still long the QID options, just in case the whole world comes to a screeching halt in the next couple of months. I've got April options on the QID. One thing I messed up was the VIX. I mean, I waited patiently to make money on the VIX, and that first 2 days when it spiked, I got out, and they split them on me. I didn't really want to hold them split adjusted. UVXY basically is up 25 points since I got out. That's crazy. The VIX is spiking. There's no reason to believe this market's going to have this miracle turnaround until the VIX starts coming in. I never thought I was going to say this, but the VIX has really shot up about, what, 20, 40, 50, 100%? I don't even know. All I know is the VXX has gone from basically 40 bucks to where it is now. And until the VIX starts going back down and AIG starts rallying and you find some leadership again, this market's going to be drifting along to the downside. Now, I'm not saying that the market can't rip another 40, 50 points on the NASDAQ like it did last Tuesday. They call it Turnaround Tuesday for a reason. But most important thing you got to realize right now is you got to be, if you don't want to short the market, you got to be in cash right now, all right? Because we got some more room to go. If this is the real correction, again, it looks like it is, okay? You got good 4 or 5 more points to go on the NASDAQ, on the QQQ. I'm talking about, somewhere 3,800, maybe 200 points down the NASDAQ. I'm talking about Google testing maybe 1,100, about 50, 60 more points. Maybe Apple gives back with about 20, 30. Priceline down another 50 or 60. Maybe the mighty Netflix gives back another 50. Apple, you got to get some of these to crack down. Google and Priceline were the big culprits today. Every stock that I liked, 3, 6, 8 months, 6 weeks ago, what am I trying to say? They all suck. They all suck. And if you come to the website, and I want to appreciate a lot of new guys showing up to the room today, because I guess you guys were stupefied and mystified that I could be this bullish, but then, if you watch my last couple of videos, I've been begging you, pleading with you to get the hell out of the market, okay? It's time to be short, okay? And I said not to cover anything, even though we had that monster rally up in your face. I held the QID, but as long as the Qs did not break back above are certain little key levels that we have. And, I could show them to you tomorrow if you stop into the room. Today we had the Qs breaking 85.50, 84.76, and then our target price was 84.05. We nailed it by a penny. Okay, now let's talk about GoGo for a second, because that stock, come on now. And we gave up on this thing again. I had 600 shares, so I had about 2,000 shares for a while. And I sold some in the 30s, thank God. I sold my options when the stock was in the 30s. But I held 600 shares, and I watched it go from $35 all the way down to $23. So on 600 shares, I lost 13 points. Didn't lose the money because my cost average was around $18. But there was no way in hell I was letting this thing go below $23.50 with me still being in this thing. Now, the last couple of days, I've been trying to find a bottom. I thought maybe first we had 1980. And then if 1980 didn't hold, we thought 19. So today what happened is it broke 19. It got stopped out. And, for some reason it's trading higher in the aftermarket. I don't exactly know why. But a lot of misinformation going on GoGo right now. There's a class action suit, which is hilarious. It's a class action suit. All the other carriers are saying that GoGo's a monopoly, and they want to sue GoGo for monopolistic practices. So I want to own GoGo now. If it's anywhere near a monopoly, you want to be in that stock. Okay, there's only a couple of companies. Oh, they think it's unfair? Come on. There's 2 other companies that do it. This business, it's not the greatest business in the world, but I mean, they're trying to sue GoGo for being a monopoly. Please, I wish GoGo was a monopoly. The stock would be at $70 right now. But we did see some attempt at a bottom today on GoGo. Held 18.50, I think it was, and for some reason it's trading up nice in the aftermarket. The thing is, I can't get behind this stock trying to find a bottom. Thing breaks 18 and change, we're going down to 15. Breaks 15, we're all the way back down to 13.35. Okay, now I'd rather buy this stock on the way back up with some momentum than try to figure out when it's going to stop going down. Same thing with dry ships. What a piece of shit. Again, for all you guys out there who are holding on to dry ships, take a look at this management, what it's done to the company. I mean, for the love of God, who makes an announcement on December 31st at 4:15? They thought nobody was paying attention, that they reinstated their dilution of the shares. They're trying to crush their own company. Why would you want to own stock in this company? Sure, the Baltic Dry Index might come back and the global economy might rise and they'll go back to $5 or $6. Right now, there's no need to be in the stock. It gets back above $3.85, maybe $4. Maybe look to get back in, but right now it's just bleeding to death. It's awful. BlackBerry, we killed it. We destroyed that stock, right? Destroyed it on the upside. Here's a stock where inevitably you got to think BlackBerry's going out of business. Don't have any illusions. Just because I like that stock when it went from 7.5 to 9, and I was going apeshit, bullish, crazy with it, doesn't mean I love the company or love the stock long term. We had a nice run from 7.50 to 9. Thing went to $10 and change. And now it's back to 9, where it should be. Probably going back to 8.50. Who cares, right? What I'm trying to say is, right now, if ever there's been a time to be in cash, or if you're not comfortable shorting the market, stay on the sideline, stay in cash, and become that active trader that you want to be. Because that's the reason to be a trader. It's on days like this you get to laugh. Days like this you get to make money, where most of those people who are out there are losing money. Okay, that's why I became a trader. I wanted to make money and learn how to make money when the market was going down, so I could hedge myself against positions that I owned, and more importantly, make money when other people are losing money. Because every schmuck analyst who I hate, all these jerk-offs who have been talking about dollar cost averaging, and they just keep putting buy recommendations on any stock that starts to move, they're all been right. Every asshole's right when the bull market, right? Everybody's a genius when the bull market's raging. You can buy any loser company, you got a 90% chance of making money. You've seen my videos. Right? You got a 90% chance. How many times have I said 90% chance of making money? Just buy anything you want. Except for Walter Energy, right? That stock's been pretty shitty for the last 5 or 6 years now. WLT. And it's still shitty. Oh, baby. WLT, yeah, you're going single digits, kid. All right. But seriously, I mean, we stayed short the Qs right from the beginning of the day. They did us a favor by gapping this market up. Qs got to 86.50 today. 86.50. Couldn't break back above 86.50. We got short at 86.20, 86.18, and 86.08. and we held that bad boy pretty much the whole day. You know, we covered in between, then we got re-short, and we covered again at around 84.18. So it was a great day for the Qs, staying short in the QID, and if you had some VIX. Other than that, trading sucked. I got stopped out of my go-go. I was trying to play a bounce on ADT, got stopped out of that. JDSU had a small profit, got stopped out of that flat. HLF was a monster today on the long side. I had 400 shares. I made 40 cents in like 2 seconds and went up 4 points. So day trading was tough today, but saving grace was if you were with me, every 15 minutes I reminded you, stay short, go long the VIX, stay short the Qs, or go long the QID, and that pretty much trumped every other trade out there. Also, even my DMND took a hit today. My Diamond Foods DMND, it's one of my bigger positions, and you know, I lightened up on that too. So really comes down to it. I got, you know, I'm in 98% cash, you know, and the rest of it's short Qs and long QID. I got a couple of hundred shares of Alcoa. I got, you know, 1,000 shares of Dry Ships left. I got about 600 shares of Diamond Foods left. So, you know, not sitting with many long positions. You know, these positions that I'm, you know, Dry Ships, if it goes to zero now, you know, what am I going to lose? It's only $3,200 more if it goes to zero, but I was planning on holding till 2016, so we'll see what happens. But, wow, just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. And my problem right now is that I didn't have enough conviction today to triple and quadruple up on the options. And if you notice, the puts now have become more expensive because we're getting more volatility. Options becoming more expensive just based on volatility. So when you look at these Qs, you're like, how much could these really fall? Do I want to pay up this amount for, you know, for 2 points away? You were handsomely rewarded over the last couple of days for paying up. Now, tomorrow's going to be a whole other ball game. We got some stocks. Oh, let me talk about Condi also, electric car company in China. You know, we were doing so well on that stock. Hit 15. We sold a lot of it, you know, on the way down, 14, 13. Now the stock's back down to 11, 20. You know, again, I like what they do, but nothing trumps market sentiment. And right now, market sentiment is to get the hell out of the way, okay? The thing is, market sentiment is nowhere near panic. That's what we want. That's what I want. I want people questioning their sanity for ever buying a stock in their entire life. I want them to be puzzled. I want Business Week to read, will the market ever bounce? That's the kind of sell-off I'm looking for. When people are thinking to themselves that this time it's different, we're never going to bounce, that's where you want to maybe put some money to work. We're nowhere near that at all. This is a 5% pullback so far, 6%. Think about this. The Qs were at 89 just the other day. So take 10% off the top. You're talking about $9, right? Where are we now? 84.41. To me, it sounds like we got about 4 or 5 more points to go on the QQQ before this is all said and done, right? That's where I'm hoping we go. So tomorrow, if we break under 84.07, look for 83.55 to hold up. If 83.55 does not hold, then we are on our way to the Twitter lows. And what is the Twitter lows? Take a look at the charts on November 7th. Apparently, everyone and their mother had to sell every stock they owned to pay for Twitter. And the QQQ was down to around 81.15. And that was the biggest sell-off we had over the last 4 months up until today. So I'm looking for this market to completely shit itself, and I'm going to laugh my ass off the whole way. But that being said, if we start to rally tomorrow, I'll be buying everything in sight to enjoy whatever's going on. I have no allegiance to anything. I'd rather see it go down right now so my QID options start to make some more money. But if not, I might cut out, change my perspective tomorrow. You'll have to come to the website to see what we're doing. See you around. Hopefully you're doing okay.
Where